So I'm kicking it by myself here today. Wife's out cleaning. Talking to myself. What is it that I'm really doing here? Hold on. Today's my birthday, February 13th. I've been a Christian for 13 years. 13 years ago, I was addicted to meth. Loved it. It was my passion. I was in love with meth. I really was. I didn't care about anything else. I smoked pot every day. Pretty much every day, as long as I could. I was in love with that too. I smoked 2 packs of Newports in a box every day. Drank as much as possible. I would take any pills I could possibly find, money as I possibly could find, no matter what they were. If they would change my anything, I would take them. So anyway, my life was given over completely to drugs. Absolutely, that's all I cared about. Women too, but that was just a side note. I was more interested in drugs. I grew up in a Christian home. I knew the truth. I knew I was in rebellion, so I was just going to go as deep as I possibly could. And I did. I went as deep as I possibly could. You know, I would just do the craziest stuff. And yeah, just the craziest stuff. But February 3rd, 13 years ago, I'd given my life to Christ a few times, but not really. You know, it was just for a short period on the other times, and those were big deals too. But I'd never really given fully over. And that night, I got really, really high, and so did my friend actually. We both decided we were going to stop smoking pot. It was really crazy. We'd just gone to church, and I had a weird idea, which was absurd for me to say, but I said, let's stop smoking pot tonight after we burn. Let's not burn just a little bit of this bag. Let's burn the whole thing in one shot, and then quit. And he, which was a crazy thing for him to say, also said okay, and he did. And I mean, we both burned it and got really high, and we lived close, and we separated and came home. I went to my house. He went to his house, and that evening, I gave it all to the Lord. I was home, and I said, I don't want to do this anymore by myself. You know, I knew the Lord and how He was, and I knew He would take me. He's gracious, and He wanted me bad, just like He wants everyone bad. And so I thanked Him for being there for me right then, even in my completely stoned to the bone state. And I said, hey man, it's me and you, bud. I'm done. Me and you, let's do this together. Be my Lord, be my life, be the one. Let's do this. And I gave away something I think I hadn't before. Just gave it all. And that was what it was. And believe it or not, He filled me so full. It was really the next day. I mean, I went to bed with, I sealed it. I wrote it down. I wrote my prayer to Him, which I had never done before, but I wrote it to Him. I said, this is what I want. This is what's going to happen. Me and you as a team together, we're going to live this life together, and then we're going to make it happen. And we did. But anyway, and I went to bed like that, and I woke up the next morning, and I just followed through, and He followed through like nobody's business. He set me free completely. Completely. I loved cigarettes. Loved them. And I never smoked another cigarette in my life. I haven't smoked another cigarette. I mean, He set me free right that second from cigarettes. He set me free right that second from a desire to do crystal meth, which is ridiculous. Set me free. Completely set me free. Set me free from all of my addictions. All of them. Every single one. I've never been so free in my entire life. Ridiculous. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even stand it. I could not stand still. For 3 months solid, I was hopping. I was moving. I was jumping. I was shaking around. I was happy. I was hugging everybody that you could hug. I was so free. It was like how I described it then. I've been dead this whole time, and now I'm alive. And I was alive. I was truly alive. Like the rest was death, and now I was alive. I was beaming, head to toe beaming. So stoked. You can ask a million people that saw me. They'll tell you. I was on cloud 59 million. I was free. That's what it was. And the true Lord Jesus Christ had filled me up, overflowing, filled me up. It was ridiculous. And I'll make another one of these, and I'll tell you a couple more stories, because I don't have time. I only have 14 minutes total on this camera. But filled me. Bam! Filled me. And I was high, dude. I was high as a kite on Jesus Christ. He filled me so full, stoned to the bone. And, well, maybe I'll get to one. So I was saved. I was a follower of Christ. I was completely right then. I'm sold. You sold me. He went even further. He said, forget this. I'm gonna really show you something. Because I had lived the drug life, really, to the fullest. I had lived it. I had done it all. You know, almost all. Almost everything that you could possibly do, I did. And so he showed me. One night in a prayer, in an all-night prayer meeting, we decided these people let us borrow their church. They gave us the church, which is a little church. They gave it to us. We prayed all night. People started knocking off. They left. So there was only 2 of us left in the building, but I was going all night. I'm in love with this Jesus Christ guy. I'm just in love. So I'm telling him over and over. He encountered me here. Now this is the story of an encounter with Christ. I was just in a room by myself, and I was just telling him. I was lavishing him with love. I love you. I love you. I love you. I was telling him over and over for hours, just telling him, you know, because I was free, dude. I was grateful. And I said, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's the only time he's ever done it for me. He spoke as audible and as loud and clear as possible, right to me. I love you too. It was audible. I've never heard him speak audibly to me before or after that. He spoke audibly. And the only thing he ever said to me is the truest thing about him. He said, I love you too. I was so stoked. I went running into the sanctuary where my other buddy was praying. Flew in there and dove on the altar. Dove on there, man. I was like, dude, I was bawling. I was like, man, Jesus just told me he loved me. And I don't even remember what he said. He was just he was in another world too. He was just praying. And I laid there and prayed. And this is where it gets good. The Lord, he just overtook me. I've never been, I premise this by saying I've never in my life been so high as I was that night. Never. Nothing even comes close. I was so ripped, so stoned, so completely high on his presence. He filled that place, and then he filled me. He filled me so full. My whole entire body was this intense river and wave of raw, I don't know, emotion. Every part of my body was. Every part. Head to toe, out to my hands. I was just pulsing with intense emotion because of his presence on me. He was on me, man. His presence was on me. And I was bawling. I swear I was shooting tears out my eyes, just straight up. I was laying down. Shooting. There was no way I could stand up. Shooting tears out of my face. And it was like a cry and a laugh. It was pure pleasure. Never felt anything like it, ever. So I'm like this, man. I'm just thanking him and crying and praising him, and looking back, I got some more to tell, but looking back, he was getting me high. He was showing me that all that other crap was just crap, low grade, nothing compared to what he could offer me, nothing compared to his presence. It was zilch, and but anyway, took me over. All right, so he came in. And the Lord Jesus Christ brought his hand in. The Spirit of the Lord, whatever, I don't care. It was him. I knew it was him. Took a hold of my hand. I felt him grab my hand, my left hand. Grabbed a hold of it and held it. He held my hand. Dude, you'll never understand what that felt like. I don't even understand it. It's the greatest moment of my life when he held my hand. He took a hold of my hand and he held it. He kept a hold of it. I was afraid. The fear of the Lord came over me so strong. I was weeping, and I felt like he was going to take me through the roof. I really did. When he grabbed my hand and held it, he was holding my hand. It wasn't my buddy. It was the Lord Jesus Christ. He took a hold of my hand and held it tight. The one thing that I said in English was, "Where are you taking me?" I was scared. It was a scared, "Where are you taking me?" It was a fear of the Lord. Where are you taking me? Because I'm little me and he's big him, and I really felt like I was going into the stratosphere, like we were going through the dang roof and out into the stratosphere for a billion trillion miles. That's what it felt like. I could never explain to you in any way, shape, or form how that felt to me. I think about it all the time. When times are hard or whatever, I think he held my hand. When times are hard, I think, Jesus, hold my hand like you did before. You did it before, do it again, Even if I don't feel it, hold my hand, walk me through this. This is tough. And it's easy to get caught up in the world. And one thing that's true is you can always walk back into slavery, and which I've done. I've walked back into a little bit. After many years, I've got started feeling mundane, and walk back into a little bit of stupid stuff. And you can always walk back into slavery, and it's always a little harder to get back out. But I'm out, and he's faithful. He so loves me. He so loves all of us. Ridiculous. Let me check, make sure I still got time going. Yes, I do. I got 2 minutes. Anyway, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's so amazing. And what I was thinking of tonight was, because I was thinking about, today being my birthday, was, I want to live like that. I want to live in his presence. I want to live high on Christ. You know what I mean? Not the artificial. Not the bull crap, That stuff's fun, but it's artificial. It's low grade. So low grade. It's pitifully low grade. When you get into the presence of the Lord, and he comes on you, and he comes over you, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. You can't even stand it. You can't contain it. You can't even believe it. I can't believe it. There's no possible way for me to explain some of the encounters that I've had with Jesus, and he did it for a reason. Because he loves me. And he'll do it for anybody, because he loves them. But man, so what am I doing? What am I living for? Am I living for him? Am I doing this thing all out for him? Have I given my life completely to him so that I can live a life like that? Boy, I sure want to, and I want to try. I want to be that guy that lives in his presence. That's where it's at. All the rest is low grade nothingness. So anyway, rock on. Rock on. I don't know. I'm going to cut out there.